Lee, we've had to come undercover because the rain has opened. Not the way we wanted to finish. Your views on the game?
Of course, it's not the way we want to finish, Mike. We're proud of our own record, and we wanted to go out on a high. Listen, I know Bracknell are second in the league, and they're going to go into the playoffs now. But over the course of the two games up there and here today, there in a lot between the two teams. They're genuinely in, and I've just said to my players now and there, I said, stick with us. Obviously, naturally there'll be interest, but we're on to something here, Mike, and we know it. We've known that there for weeks and weeks and weeks. I said to you on Thursday night, if we can retain what we got and add more, I'd like to think that we're going to be the team, a team who will be celebrating on April the 22nd or whatever date it'll be next year, and be in that cluster of the top five. We're not a million miles away, Mike. We're not. We may be, in terms of league positions tonight, where I think we finished 10th, have we? I think it's 17, 18 points off it, but listen, we understand now the level. I've got a good understanding of what it takes and what it potentially could take to take us to the next level. So that's for the summer. Obviously the boys now, they'll go on their holidays. It's important that they enjoy their rest as best they can, but the hard work starts for me now. I'll have this weekend to ponder, no doubt, and I'll be flat out trying to doing what I do.
Lee, I think a lot of people look back on this season and remember the start we had, but we've done so well to get through it. But I just want to go back to the start. How difficult was that period? Because you are a winner.
Really difficult, Mike, because obviously, as you know, we're used to winning, we're used to being at the top end, we're used to competing, challenging for top spots. So it was an eye-opener. What it did tell us very quickly was that the level is a lot different to levels that we've played previously, by some, may I add as well, and like you've seen. So we got the grips with it quick. It was always going to be a 10-game model where we'll see where we are after that. Unfortunately for us, we were second from bottom. So something had to change. And that was personnel, and it was a system which, again, I think I said to you on Thursday, where a lot of managers will be anal around, no, I'm not changing, we'll do what was successful for us, but it was screaming at me to flip it, and we did. In the credit to the boys, we've operated with a squad of 15, sometimes 16 all season. We've had a lot of loans, but I want to speak about the loans. Every single loan who's came in and gave everything they had. I think we've had 6 or 7 over the course of the season. Some have stood out more than others, but credit to them all. Obviously, yes, we are here for their education, but not all loans work out, and I'd like to think 3/4 of ours have. So credit to my permanents that I felt for me, they've been outstanding to a man. The lads in the first 10 games, again, I thank them as well. The ones who's moved on, it's important that we mention them as well, and some who had served us so well over the last previous 5 or 6 seasons. But times change, people move, and the football club won't be here for everyone, including me, for all their footballing careers. So it's important now that, as I said, we reflect, we look at the season as a whole, we work out what we can do better, what we need to improve on, what we may need, and we attack it with both barrels over the next 8 weeks.
I think the one exciting thing for me is obviously try and keep the players, but you've got a good group around you in Cole Curtis, Stuart Dudley, Callum. It's exciting that you're all together. You've bonded so well this season.
Look, my backroom staff, myself, Cole Curtis, Matt Godfrey, Stuart Dudley, Callum Murphy and Felix, now the analyst. Listen, when you spend the amount of hours we spend on the road, it's important that you all get on, 2, you trust each other, and 3, you're offering something to the team. And I'd like to think that the staff I've got wrapped around me are as good as anything you'll get at any level. We've all got an opinion. I don't just make decisions on my own. Ultimately, I'll have the casting vote or the override, or will make the decision that I think's best. But when you've got opinions of people who's been in the game as long as they have, and you can bounce off, and you can find ways, solutions. Listen, I won't have anyone else wrapped around me, and hopefully, or I believe, all them 5 will be with us next season. Not sure about Felix. Obviously, I don't know what his college degree is doing, but the other 4, listen, I won't swap them for anyone.
Lee, you've had some very low points, some huge highs. Have you overall, have you enjoyed it?
Listen, we've had a tremendous season, Mike. To do what we've done in the FA Cup, to do what we've done in the FA Trophy, going to Barnet and losing in the 93rd minute, losing in extra time to Oxford City, who are on the cusp of the National League now, playing them over 3 games, beating them once, then beating us and drawing one. No, it's been a memorable year, and one which will long live in my memory because we worked it out. It wasn't where we've naturally always been at the top end, and you can rest, rotate, do this. We've just played 52 games, Mike, in all competition, and that's brutal for a squad the size of ours. Credit must be given to everyone, and again we thank the board for their contribution. We thank the volunteers, the media team who have been absolutely flawless, yourself, Gavin, Graham, Alex who's now in the building as part of that, again the disability team at home games who's been volunteering, Mike Bellers and Trace for the music and the MCing and the matchday announcement. But listen, overall I've loved it. I've loved the challenge of picking teams, of not coming up against the same system week in, week out, having to work out things, having to be adaptable to changing games. It's been brilliant, and I can't wait. We've put the ball away now, but I can't wait to get it back out.
I was going to say, are you looking forward to a little break?
If we could continue, Mike, I'd continue. That's me. Again, the boys will have a break now. The football club as a whole sort of will have a break, but myself, the board and others, we will be working now, obviously, to find ways of how we can improve, find ways of how we can increase things, etc., etc. And the long and short of it is, hopefully, we can build on what we've just done. 10th place finish, a top half finish against some of the names, Leeds, Tiverton Town, Gosport, Salisbury, Dorchester. Listen, that's superb for Little Parkway, who not so long ago was playing in the Peninsula and are now 1 league off Yeovil Town and potentially Torquay United if they've gone down today. So it's been a brilliant year, absolutely brilliant year.
Lee, we'll leave it there. A brilliant year indeed. See you next season.
You will do. Thank you to everyone.